New at 10, city crews painted the 2nd Street tunnel, only to see vandals paint graffiti all over it in less than 24 hours.
Oh, Susan, it didn't take long at all for this to happen. Where the city came in and painted this tunnel, there's that line of paint, the difference in color there, and then taggers had other ideas. The city just cleaned this up. Ah, man, do it over. Do it over. Do it again and again and again and again.
For anyone who doesn't live in LA or doesn't know the story, 2nd Street Tunnel, iconic. German and Venice did a good video on this if you want to check him out. He's obviously a legend. Lots of graph heads and appreciators have been posting about this. Basically, this tunnel is always bombed, and this is only about a week and a half's worth of work. It still smells like aerosol in here, which is a smell I appreciate. I want to shout out artists who I recognize. There's obviously so many dope writers. Obviously some toys up in the mix too, but I'm gonna skate through today. Shout out some of the people I recognize. We got STP right out of the gate. Set the Pace has been running strong in LA for years. Big crew, family vibe, running since '87, as they're saying. And you see a ton of their rollers like in the riverbed and all around. Of course, ENDEM. ENDEM's everywhere, normally repelling. And then it wouldn't be a takeover without Woody. I gotta give a shout out to VIMNER, because he's been coming on the scene strong. He's newer to the game, but you'll see his stuff all across the 101 and all around. He does these cool characters right across from each other, so gotta appreciate the dedication. Dead City Punks, shout out. This might be one of my favorite pieces in here so far. Just gritty LA. Shout out Santo. I love the way the lighting hits in this tunnel. It just makes the pieces look like we're in a gallery. You got this dope tile. That's the thing about history and juxtaposition. You can have both. You can respect history and have a tunnel and still respect what I would consider to be art of the people. All right, we got people walking through the tunnel right now. You're visiting from where?
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Welcome to LA. What do you think?
Yeah, it's awesome.
I like it. How old are you? What do you think of all this? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Do you guys see a lot of graffiti and stuff like this where you're from?
No.
Okay, have a good trip. Enjoy yourselves. Those guys were rad. This is not on the tourism guides. It's just dope that they did that. And by the way, I always ask people if I can film them. They were all excited, so that was cool. I really like that. LA has always had dope wild style. Obviously somebody started to go over this piece, so I'm not sure who's under here, and it looks dope. I see 24K. I don't think this pink is part of this piece, so I can't really read who this is, but looks dope. Maybe the pink's the same person, but I don't think so. Shout out to SUAVE over here, heavy hitter. It's funny, some people call him Suave, some people call him SUAVE. Rude, Pony, Tarde. So they pretty much tried to buff this tunnel in preparation for the Olympics, and that cracks everybody from LA up. Don't need to get into all the pros and cons or feelings about the Olympics coming to LA that people have, but trying to beautify the city by buffing this stuff, first of all, it's never gonna stay buffed, and second of all, just don't try. Big shout out to DAF, Don't Act Funny. This is around where Keep Your Hopes Up used to be. Shout out to Hopes. He put it down here early. Next to the DAF piece, you have the full roll call. Shout out to KLAE and all others. Shout out M80. M80 used to be right up here in one of my videos, the SORAK video. You'd see M80 with the Jason hockey mask right next to Riot here. Shout out to both of them. It's good to see people who were in here before coming back. Obviously, a lot of people come here to kind of get on and get recognized, but there's a lot of new people. So you see that, but then you see people coming back to their spot. WBL crew, Adam, Hank, R07, of course, SORAK, LA heavy hitter. Shout out to the UPN crew. Kirby, yours. Ozzy Osbourne memorial piece done by AERA. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but super tight. Dope Crenshaw Boys character. Shout out MTA, iconic LA crew, must take all. Of course they're here. Dope letter style. We got Movie at the end here, repping SYB and Red Eye Mob. And that's it. So the 2nd Street and 3rd Street tunnels, 3rd Street's down this way. I'm gonna go over there in a minute. That has not been buffed. All right, this is the 3rd Street tunnel. It's not as easy to skate through because there's a lot of cracks in the pavement and it's a narrow street here with lots of cars. Not as good for filming or audio, but the pieces just get so much of the car exhaust on them and stuff, but it's got its own style of beauty. Super dope lighting in here too. I love this BOAST piece. BOAST is the one who does the guns, but just the way he did this piece is so sick. Just kind of tilted over. You can see some of these pieces have been here for a minute, just have more car exhaust than visible paint. Sketchy to skate through here though. Of course, SORAK, and then you got SUAVE, DIMN, TKO. You got VIMNER on the way out. Woody and Beef with Woody right here. And then you used to have DELAY and Suffer right up here on both sides of this LA heart. I just left the tunnel and had to come film these rollers. Shout out to OTR and AL at large. Look at these rollers, so sick. I have to zoom out to even capture it. So there's a view of the tunnel out there. So I was talking to 2 motorcycle cops on my way out of the tunnel, asking them whether or not it was being closed to get painted over today, and they told me no, it was for a commercial shoot. And I was like, hey, what do you guys think of the graffiti in here? And they're like, we think it's great, man. It's colorful and it makes our city interesting. They were like, LA's a crazy city, and this is the least of what we need to worry about. These were the 2 officers over here posted up, and they were pointing at the Luigi. They're like, this looks great, man. I asked them if they wanted to say that on camera, and I think it was a conflict of interest. They didn't want their colleagues thinking that they were not taking a hard line on this, but respected the fact that it was just a good human conversation.